Everyone got some energy left? Okay. Your headliner is making a name for himself down in the nation's capital. He's been at the DC Improv, at the Finger Lakes Comedy Festival. He's one of my dearest friends in the world. Please keep it going now for your headliner, Ray Dubla!
Give it up for Casey Bauer one more time, guys. You know, I have done a lot of shows and a lot of sets. That is the first fucking time I've ever seen the song from Pocahontas break out in the goddamn room. And I'm sitting over here, I'm like, God damn it, Casey, what kind of millennial hell did you just bring me to? I am happy to be here, though. No, actually, this is, I was in New York City a couple weeks ago, and I had an incident. Little incident. I was on my way to a New York Comedy Club, and I was taking an Uber, and as I was getting out of the back of the Uber, this kid on a bicycle ran into me, right? He literally ran into me, and he fell to the ground, and I felt terrible. And I reached out to help him up. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. And I helped him up, and he goes, whatever, you fucking fat ass, and drove off. Yeah. You know how sometimes people ask you, what would you do if you can go back in time? Like before I might say I want to go back to some historical event or something. No. Now I want to go back 2 weeks, get me in that fucking Uber, like the boulder from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and knock the shit out of that kid. Bam! Flux capacitor, bitch! I'm also happy to be here because I'm not in a place called Hagerstown, Maryland. Casey and I are both from Maryland, and if you've been to Hagerstown, you know that it is the pride of the Maryland meth community. It is a really disturbing place. And I'll tell you how just white trash this place is. The last time I was there, I saw a mother and daughter in a full-on fist fight in the middle of the street. That's true. And it was crazy. They were throwing punches, calling each other a whore. And it was just surreal. Surreal. Seeing this pregnant girl fighting her pregnant mother while their pregnant grandmother watched. It was crazy. That's okay. I like that kind of stuff. I like seeing how crazy the world is. You know? Like Trump and the NRA want to give guns to teachers. They want to give guns to underpaid, overworked, underappreciated county employees in order to prevent school shootings. Was anyone like me when you heard that? You tried to think of what teacher you had in school when the one to shoot you? For me, it would have been my 7th grade PE teacher, no doubt. There is no way that man watching me try to do a sit-up would not have been pushed over the edge. One sit-up! But one sit-up! Next thing you know, I got my own page in the yearbook. Yeah. But we're in a new year. I hope you all had a good New Year's. Anybody here make any resolutions? Yeah? You said, Farouk, you said?
Yeah.
What was your resolution? You're fucking lying. All right. No, I actually did make a resolution this year. My resolution is that I'm going to try and lose some weight. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat better. You know? Try and just take all this off, right? And then because I'm Catholic, I'm going to combine it with Lent. So for Lent this year, I'm going to observe it by giving up hope. Done that 30 straight years. It's been working great. Been working fantastic. I work hard to maintain this body, though. No, you don't know. I do. Every morning, I wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym with a dozen donuts that I eat in front of a spin class. I am there to motivate. I want the women in that class to know that if they do not work hard, I will be their last resort. So pedal faster, ladies. Yeah. Where are my fat people at? Shut the fuck up! No! 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 Bad, sir! You can't say that. That's offensive to my people. No. You want to know if you're fat? There's only one way to do it. Okay? Go to an amusement park. Get in line for the roller coaster. And when you get to the front of that line, if the guy running it looks at you and goes, "Nah, brah." You're fat. Start saving up for a rascal scooter, all right? It's been getting me in trouble. Actually, I want to tell you guys this, because I'm kind of in a fight with a couple comedian friends of mine right now, because of something they said to me. They said it was a compliment. I say it wasn't. So, who here knows who Ralphie May is? Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. If you don't know Ralphie May was a very large comedian, weighed about 600-700 pounds. Okay, but he was a genius. He was a brilliant comic. However, I don't think that's why they're comparing me to Ralphie May. I'm pretty sure it's more like, you know who else was a fat fuck? Ralphie May. I don't think you guys are grasping this. Let me give an example. Ma'am, what's your name?
Me?
Yes.
Jess.
Jess, how you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Give it up for Jess, guys. Jess, what do you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
You're a nurse? Wow, that's great. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm going to be forward and say you're a very pretty woman. I just want you to know that.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know who you remind me of? Ralphie May. You are welcome. Am I the fattest comic you guys have ever seen? Yes? Good. I'm trying to be special up here. I do all the open mics at Golden Corral. Fried shrimp is a big part of my comedy game. I used to be a lot bigger. I used to weigh well over 500 pounds. And I tried doing stand-up then, this was years ago, but it didn't really work out because what would happen was I would write material, but I never got to use it. They would call me to the stage, and the only thing I'd be able to give them would be How much time do I have left? And it kind of sucks being fat, you know? Can't go to the doctors. Because all they want to do is talk about how fat you are. No matter what reason you go there. I went to the doctors last week. And all I wanted to say, Ray, you need to lose weight. You're drastically overweight. You're very obese. You need to lose weight. And I'm like, Doc, you're a fucking optometrist. My eyes are up here, sir. Hashtag me too. Yeah. But unbeknownst to that doctor, I have actually lost 200 pounds in the last couple of years. Yeah. Thank you. And I have reaped the benefits of losing 200 pounds. Found my dick. Yeah, applaud that. That was a special moment for me. Right where I'd last seen it, which helped. Basically, my dick went from like a theoretical concept to a really disappointing reality. I guess nothing grows in the shade. So yeah, I'm single. But that's a recent development. That's a recent development. I did have a girlfriend not too long ago, and we broke up because I don't know how to talk to women. It's true. I thought I did, but I don't. You know, when we first started dating, we did that thing where we'd ask each other questions, try and learn about each other. And the first question she asked me right off the bat was, do you have a porn addiction? Yeah. Now, what I should have said was no. I don't have a porn addiction. What I said was, why? What have you heard? All downhill from there. But we broke up. But you know what? I'm 49 now. And I no longer have a sex drive. And it is fantastic. No, you don't get it. Because I'm looking at all you younger guys. And you all are so backed up with jizz right now. You know, I can see sperm swimming in your eyeballs because you can't get it out fast enough. I don't have that problem. It's great. Like, I'll show you what it's like being me. Man, what's your name? Teresa. Teresa, give it up for Teresa, guys. Yeah. Teresa, you are a beautiful woman. Isn't she beautiful? Yeah. And I bet when men see you, they think, oh my God, what a beautiful woman. I bet sex with her would be amazing. And when I look at you, I go, I bet sex with her would be way too much work for me. Because she wants a guy who's competent, who's going to make an effort. No, thank you, Teresa. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So as a result, I get to watch TV, which is awesome. I watch a lot of TV, you know. My favorite TV show is something called Beyond Scared Straight. Do you guys know that show? Yeah, if you don't, it's a show where they take children to prison and let inmates say the worst things possible to them. I assume because they're already in jail. And what I love is that every episode has one inmate that looks badass and talks badass and acts badass, but his crime doesn't really match. You know, he's always like, my name is Stab Wound! I'm the baddest motherfucker in here! You got me? I'll make you my bitch! And then the caption will read, Stab Wound's doing 14 months for tax fraud. Real G's don't declare cash tips. Shows I hate the most, though, are hunting TV shows. I can't stand them. Not that I have a problem with hunting. I mean, if that's what you do, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. What I hate about hunting TV shows, though, is they always show this guy or woman tracking this animal through the entire episode, and then right before he goes for the kill, he wants to wax philosophic about life. And I find it to be very hypocritical. Every episode's like, okay, right down the glen here, we have a white-tailed buck. Looks like a 12-pointer. What a beautiful animal. You know, when I see an animal like this, it shows me how beautiful the world is. That we all deserve love and joy. And we truly all are God's children. Beautiful. I'm going to shoot him through the eye. I did that joke at a place called Kaiser, West Virginia. And right before I delivered my punchline, some guy in the audience went, bang. At least I think he said bang. It might have been the sound of the erection he got. I thought shooting a deer. I'm not sure. West Virginia's a wild state. They get picked on a lot, don't they? Yeah, here comes one more. No, I was on a road trip down through West Virginia, and I was like southern West Virginia, where it's all mountains and just isolated little towns. And I came across this small town that I don't even remember the name of it. Not even sure it had a name. But you know how when you're driving and you hear a song and you get that earworm in your head and you can't get that song out? I'm like that with road signs. If I see a road sign and it catches my eye, I just repeat the road sign over and over again. And this place had a road sign for the only restaurant in town, and it was called the Biscuit House. And for whatever reason, for the next 3 days, I just kept yelling Biscuit House at the top of my lungs out the window of my car while I was driving. But I didn't say it like that. I had to say it with that hillbilly inflection, so it was like, Biscuit House! Just yelling at truckers, Biscuit House! I started to imagine scenarios in which the families in that town were going to go to the Biscuit House. They were all like, Mama! Put on the fixing movement, we go Biscuit House! Just put on the flannel with sleeves, we go Biscuit House! Bring the dogs. I like traveling. I do. I recently went to Iceland. I went to Iceland, and Iceland is a beautiful place. If you get a chance, go. And don't worry about the language barrier. While their language is really crazy, they speak English very well. Far better than us. You know? I didn't hear him say the word bitch one time the entire time I was there. In retrospect, I heard it 15 times before I walked in the door. And, but there's some words that don't really translate to them from English. You know, like, they had one word was ranch. You know, because they had Doritos, they had nacho-style Doritos. And instead of Cool Ranch Doritos, they called it Cool American-style Doritos. You know? So they're just words that don't really translate. So I was in this gas station walking down the aisle, and I saw these candy bars. They were called Niza, N-I-Z-Z-A. And they were these chocolate bars. But what caught my eye about them was they spelled the name in cursive. Okay, 3 people got that. Let me explain. In cursive, a lowercase Z looks a lot like a G. Now spell it out. And I'm like, you don't understand the word ranch, but this one you get. You really are a white island. Oh my God. So I bought like 20 of them. I had to bring them home for my black friends. That was always cool. They were like, you bought this in Iceland? It's like, no, Newark International Airport. Same thing. I don't know. I don't understand racism. I really don't. I particularly don't understand stereotypes. You know? They don't make sense to me. You know, like, stereotypes are just meant to keep people down. That's all they're for. You know? Like, we can all agree that not all Asians are bad drivers, right? We can all agree that not all Latinos are here illegally, right? We can all agree that not all black guys have big dicks, right? Right? Please? Is that one true, sir? I take it back. I totally understand racism. I'm very much against it. Don't get me wrong. But damn, that's a game changer. Jeez. I appreciate you being humble, though. No, he's being very humble. He could have been like, nope. But he didn't do that. I want to leave you guys with this. Thank you for having me here. This is great. You know, Casey and I started together. A lot of people may not know that. We started together. And over time, you know, I try and learn as much about comedy as I can. And I have found that the key to comedy is being truthful and honest. Not only to your audience, but to yourself. I was watching the movie The Martian the other day. And I was watching the scene where Matt Damon was rationing out his food. You know, and he's doing it so he can survive because he knows he's going to be stranded on this planet for a very long time. And I'm watching him do this. And he's rationing down the individual morsels. And I'm watching this going, you know what? I couldn't do that. There's no way I could do that. I don't have the inner strength. I don't have the discipline. And I'm just addicted to food. So there's no way I could survive those circumstances. And that's when this little voice in the back of my head said to me, Ray, who the fuck's gonna send you to Mars? Like, you think you're gonna get on a spaceship to Mars? They don't let you on roller coasters! What's gonna happen is you're gonna get in line to get in a spaceship, you're gonna get in the front, and some guy's gonna look at you and go, nah, brah. You guys have been fantastic.